Welcome back, everybody. For many Austinites out there, their pets are part of their families. And one local animal rescue group is saying that those bonds help improve lives on both sides of the leash. So joining us today to talk about those benefits, particularly for our mental health, is Brittany Szalkiewicz. She is the social work program coordinator at Austin Pets Alive. Brittany, welcome and thanks for being with us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Now, I want to talk about your title in particular as social work program coordinator. I didn't realize that Austin Pets Alive had something like that. So can you talk to us about what your responsibilities include?
Yeah, for sure. So veterinary social work is a newer field, and what we focus on is both sides of the leash. So, you know, in the shelter work, they're working hands-on with the animals all day, every day, which is really challenging work, both physically and emotionally. So our job as the social work members on site is to focus on that other side of the leash. So we work with our staff members as well as community members to make sure that everyone's taking care of themselves and is taking the time that they need to balance the work that they do every day.
Yeah.
What that looks like is one-on-one check-ins. We do what we call social work rounds meetings with each different department about once a month and just check in on how everyone's doing. Another large part of what we do is work with our PASS program, which is Positive Alternatives to Shelter Surrender. And those are community members who are facing some sort of crisis in their life, whether that's health, housing, food insecurity, something that's preventing them from being able to care for their animal. And we'll work with them to see what services we can get in place so that they can keep their pet in their home.
So fascinating to hear about the help for those who work at the shelter and also those who might have be struggling with to keep their pets. But I also want to talk about some of the research that's available about how animals can really help out our mental health. What has that shown?
So in 2023, I believe, there was a study done by the American Psychiatric Association, and that showed that 86% of pet owners said that their companion animal helped their mental health positively. So that looks like a lot of different things. It can be just that companionship, the decrease in loneliness in your home, as well as things like increased structure in your day, so physical activity, reduced stress and anxiety. With kids, it can look like increased social skills, and there's just a lot of different parts of your life that can be impacted positively by having a companion animal.
Does that come up in conversations when potential adopters come into the shelter looking for an animal? Do the volunteers and workers there at the shelter say, you know, this really has effects in terms of helping improve people's lives? Yeah,
totally. I think people are now starting to pay a little bit more attention to their mental health in the more recent years, and this is definitely something that has become a more popular way to support yourself outside of just other mental health services.
Yeah, absolutely. I know my cat and dog are very helpful whenever I leave this building and help to lift my spirits. So I love to highlight that too. So additionally, there at Austin Pets Alive, you have a program that you're a part of called Human Animal Support Services. What does it aim to accomplish, and how does Austin Pets Alive use this in its work?
So HAAS is a larger national organization that we work with, and a lot of what they do is work with target shelters that have really low live release rates, which is just the amount of animals that they can get back into the community. And so HAAS specifically works with those target shelters to just increase those rates and try to save more animals. And there's a whole website that you can check out for HAAS. It has a lot more of the information and the projects that they're working on, but we definitely partner with them as much as we can.
Yeah, and again, for anybody who's wondering, HAAS stands for Human Animal Support Services, so you can check it out online as well. Brittany, before we let you go, though, I'm hoping that you can maybe share some advice for people out there, because I know there are a lot of cats and dogs at Austin Pets Alive that are looking for those forever homes.
Yeah, totally. We have over 200 animals on site right now as well. 200.
Wow.
That's cats and dogs, and then we have over 1,000 in our foster base, so that's in people's homes just out in the community. All those animals are available for adoption, and they're looking for their forever homes. I will say it's a huge commitment, so if you're not ready to adopt, that's totally fine. We have tons of options for fostering, whether that's short-term sleepovers or longer-term placements to keep animals out of the shelter. So definitely encourage everybody to check out austinpetsalive.org and find your forever friend.
Oh, this is a great place to end it. So Brittany, thanks again for joining us. We really appreciate this.
Thank you so much.
All right.